Welcome back to the Summer Bobcast. I'm Kay Jansen.
Dylan Ryder.
And Dylan's going to start you off with the menu.
For breakfast, Friday, March 22nd, there is Long John. That's yesterday. All right. For Monday, March 25th, we got French toast sticks. For lunch, there's baked potato bar, dinner roll, fruit and veggie bar. For Tuesday, March 26th, there's Bosco sticks for breakfast. And for lunch, there's nachos, tater tots, fruit and veggie bar. For Wednesday, breakfast is mini cinnamon rolls. Lunch is hot ham and cheese, curly fries, fruit and veggie bar. And Thursday, breakfast is tornadoes. Lunch is hot dog, chips, fruit and veggie bar. And Friday, there's no school. For Bobcat Academy meetings, there's one next Monday for the senior class in Mr. Shutt's room. And Cage will take us off to sports.
Saturday, March 23rd, Class CD All-State Bank Carney. And we'll see you at Barrets Sports Bank Sports segment with Chase and Elementary Podcast.
Hello, Summerland. I'm Barrett with the Summerland Pawcast Sports segment, and for this show this week, we've got 3 segments lined up. We've got Weekly Review, we've got Did You Know, and we've got Game Time to round things off. But we're going to go into our first segment of the day, which is going to be Weekly Review. So this is Weekly Review, and last week I made some picks in the NBA and the conference tournaments in college basketball. So we'll talk about the NBA first, and we're going to start with the Warriors, who beat the Lakers 128-121. And the weirdest innings I've seen in a long time. It was like 19 or 20 minutes of real time, and there was only 16 seconds taken off the clock. There was 2 reviews that each took like 5 minutes, and then they had to keep stopping play because the actual shot clock didn't work. It wouldn't. It stopped at 14 or something, so the Lakers brought the ball up, and then the refs had to stop it, and they reset it. They did it 5 times, and then finally they went to commercial break, came back. The PA announcer at the arena actually did the shot clock. When it got to 20 seconds, he'd say 20, and then he'd say 15 and 10, 5. So a very interesting game. 20 minutes go by. As a viewer, I hadn't really watched the first half of the game, but I watched the entire second half. And to get to that point, and you just sit there for 20 minutes, you're just listening to I don't remember who was calling the game, maybe Mike Breen, but they're just all talking. The commentators are just having a conversation because the refs are sitting at the scores table trying to figure out what's going on, and they try to restart the game and it wouldn't work. So very, very interesting, weirdest game I've seen in a while, at least ending wise. Another one here: the Knicks beat the Kings 98-91. The Bucks beat the Suns 140-129. The Mavs beat the Nuggets 107-105 on a Kyrie Irving left-handed floater buzzer beater. That was a crazy shot if you haven't seen that. And the Hawks beat the Clippers 110-93. I went 2-3. Terrible week in the NBA. That's not good. This is even worse. I didn't get one conference tournament right, which I didn't know if I really expected to get any right, but I didn't get one. In the Big Ten, Illinois won it, which they beat Nebraska, and then they beat Purdue, so they played really well. Obviously, we know Terrence Shannon's really good. Illinois won the Big Ten. NC State wins the ACC. They beat Duke and North Carolina along with whoever else they played. I don't remember who they played before that, but crazy run for them. DJ Burns. They get into the NCAA tournament as an 11 seed. The Big 12 goes to Iowa State, which I don't know why I picked Kansas in the Big 12. That was like a past thing, thinking in the past, Kansas has been good. Yeah, Kansas was not the team to pick at all. They lost in the first round. Iowa State wins the Big 12. The Pac-12 for the final time goes to Oregon. That's one that people probably wouldn't guess. And the SEC as well, you would not have guessed this. It's Auburn that wins it. They get the automatic bid. I think Auburn's a 4 seed, so another team to watch out for in March, which it's March. It literally starts tomorrow is March Madness, so that's based off of when I'm recording this, not when this video gets uploaded. But the SEC goes to Auburn with all those other teams that could have won it. So I didn't get one right. I don't know how many people would have guessed some of those, NC State or Oregon, to win the conference. But, that's interesting. But we're going to go on to our next segment, which is actually more interesting. It is Did You Know? So this is a special segment that I like to call Did You Know? And this one, there's actually kind of a 2-part question, or did you know, whatever you want to say. But there's 2 parts to it. So the first one, did you know that no team has won back-to-back national championships since 2007-2008 when Florida did it, and UConn has the chance to do that this year because, of course, they won it last year, and they are the number 1 seed. They're the number 1 overall seed, and a lot of people are picking them, but this is the reason why I would not pick them, not really because of the back-to-back national championship thing, But this one, no team since 2013, and it was Louisville that did it. They've never won the NCAA tournament as the number 1 overall seed, and UConn has a chance to do that this year too. So that would be like 2 birds with 1 stone. They win back-to-back, and they're the first team in over 10 years to win as the number 1 overall seed. Not a number 1 seed, but the number 1 overall seed in the tournament, and that's UConn. So they could get 2 birds with 1 stone. Pretty interesting. Obviously, UConn's had a really good year, and I know a lot of people picking them. I'm not picking them. We'll talk about that in game time. But, I don't know if they'll do it this year because, like I said, I don't think they will. But it would be pretty interesting to see them win back-to-back and then also kind of break. I don't know if you call it breaking a record, but, winning as a number 1 overall seed isn't very common. So it could happen. It very well could. UConn's a good team. But this has been a shorter segment, but this is Did You Know? And we're going to go into our final segment of the day, which is going to be game time. So this is game time. I'm here by myself making some picks in the NBA and college basketball. We're going to start with the NBA. We got my Warriors playing the Lakers. That's an easy dub for the Warriors. Not really, though, because Steph Curry got injured. He sprained his ankle again, so I'm going to have to go with Golden State to win this one. But the Lakers are a good team, and we'll see if LeBron sits out, because last time they had a game, he did sit out, but I'm going to take the Warriors. Then we got the Knicks playing the Kings. I'm going to go ahead and take the Kings in this one. At home, De'Aaron Fox has looked really good. I think the Kings win that one. The Suns playing the Bucks. I'm going to take Giannis and the Bucks at home. I know it's an interesting pick because the Suns are playing really good right now, but I'm going to take the Bucks. Then we got the Nuggets playing the Mavericks. I'm going to take Jokic. That'll be a really good Western Conference matchup. The Nuggets aren't the best team out West because that's the Thunder, so never mind. But I'm going to take Jokic there. Hawks playing the Clippers. I'm going to take the Clips. They're playing really, really good. The Hawks not a very good team, honestly. They just have Trae Young, and the Clippers are a really well-rounded team, so I'm going to take the Clippers. In college basketball, we've got the 5 major conferences for the last time in college sports, basically. And I'm just going to tell you who I have winning each of those conferences. So, in the Big Ten, the obvious pick is Purdue, and I'm going to take Purdue. I just don't think, I know they lost earlier in the season to Nebraska, Ohio State, Northwestern, but I just don't think anybody's going to be able to stop Zach Edey, and they will win the Big Ten. In the ACC, I'm going to take Duke. Wow, what a surprise. But honestly, I think the ACC it's going to be Carolina Duke again, and Duke gets their revenge, hopefully. In the Big 12, man, it's a really interesting one. I'm going to take, I know they've been cold recently, I'm going to take Kansas to win the Big 12 just because I think they will get it figured out. They're still a team that is really, really good, and they will win. They'll basically make their mark that they're still relevant. They haven't completely fallen off. In the Pac-12, oh man, the Pac-12. I mean, it has to be Arizona, right? It really does have to be Arizona. Caleb Love's playing so good right now, and that team is, I'm thinking about that. That's Arizona. And finally, in the SEC, there's so many teams you could pick, honestly, and you couldn't be mad at any of them. Tennessee is obviously a team that you could pick. You could take Kentucky. I'm going to take Tennessee. I know I basically took all the 1 seeds, which is not normally what's going to happen, but I think Dalton Connect's playing so good right now for Tennessee. I think they win. No team, Kentucky maybe gives them a run, maybe Alabama does, but I'm going to take Tennessee there to win the final Power 5 tournaments because Pac-12's gone, and then all of them are going to start falling apart, basically, right? So, last year of conference tournaments that have, you say the Power 5, that is the Power 5, but Pac-12's gone now, so you win it, like Arizona, you win the final Pac-12 tournament ever. That's a pretty cool thing to say, but so it's been game time, and this has been my sports segment. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next week.
I'm Cruz. And I'm Riley Meyer.
And we're the Pawcast. Let's start with the birthday shout-outs. Happy birthday this week to 6th grader Coley Hardigan, 5th grader Hannah Bully.
Happy birthday to 3rd grader August Janke, kindergartner Steele Dempster, and 4th grader Carson McLean. Happy birthday to you.
Mrs. Myers' Keep the Quote this week is, what wisdom can you find that is greater than kindness? Looking forward to having a winner this week.
And now for some elementary highlights. Mrs. Hydoff is working on a fun project with the 5th and 6th grade band students called You Can Do Both campaign. These students will be having their pictures taken with their band instruments and something else they like to do.
High school students will then edit the photos to add background and the phrases, you can do both. The 4th grade students just finished their informative essay on animals. They chose an animal that they like or one they want to know more about.
Let's take a look at the calendar. Tuesday, March 26th, there's youth volleyball practice starting at 3:45 p.m.
Thursday, March 28th. Mrs. Monerick is hosting the elementary Easter egg hunt, and there is a 1:30 p.m. dismissal for Easter break.
Friday, March 22nd. There's no school for Easter break. There's also no school on Monday. April 1st due to Easter break, and no, this is not an April Fool's joke.
Speaking of jokes, why was the Easter Bunny hired for the job? He had the most experience.
Why is there a clock in the library? Because it talks too much. Get it? Tick tock, tick tock.
Why did the Easter egg hide? Because he was a little chicken.
What did the one pencil say to the other? We're all looking sharp today. Well, that's it for this time. Remember, friends, to choose kindness,
Act responsibly,
treat others with respect,
and stay safe. I'm Sophia Cruz.
and I'm Rayleigh Meyer. And this is the podcast.